So in January, I preached a sermon titled Purpose of Patience, not knowing that a couple months later we'd be here we are today. Most likely, most of you had had your patience tested these last couple weeks. During that sermon, I had Sister Durfee play a song, and we sang, "They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength." As this week has been going on and doing our daily Bible reading, I started to think about the children of Israel and how they would wait for that cloud by day and that pillar of fire by night. And all they had to do was wait on the Lord, just simply wait. But over time, they grew impatient. They decided to wait on other things. They decided to take things into their own hands. And so I ask you today, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting on the governor? Are you waiting on a cure? Are you waiting on your job? Are you waiting on the financial burden to be lifted? Are you waiting on, maybe you have a sick loved one? What are you waiting on, and what are you growing impatient over? They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength, Isaiah 40:31 says. And so I ask you again, what are you waiting on? Life will get back to normal. Life will go back to the pace that it has been. But in the meantime, the Lord will provide. The Lord will sustain you. The Lord will give you the strength if you learn to wait on Him, if you learn to trust in Him. So yes, as news reports come out, as things happen, as Facebook does their thing, don't panic. Just wait on the Lord, because they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. You don't have to wait for your peace. You don't have to wait for that love. You don't have to wait for hope. But my prayer is that today, during this uncertainty, during this time of the unknown, that we would learn to trust in God more than ever before. And as the children of Israel wandered through the wilderness for 40 years, simply because God had to get them to learn to trust in Him, I often wonder during this time, what is the Lord trying to tell us? Is He trying to get us to have a less busy lifestyle? Is He trying to get us to get to a new normal where there isn't so much hustle and bustle of daily life, where we just have to hurry up and get up, go to work, come home, do our thing, feed the kids, cook dinner, clean the house, and maybe have enough time to spend with the Lord? This year has been a focus in our journey at Saginaw Valley to spend time alone with God. And here we are. Pastor preached it not too long ago that's what we need to do. And here we are forced to do that, to trust in Him. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen later today, but all we know is that we can trust in the Lord. And so I challenge you today to maybe not desire a new normal or a normal life again, but to make a new normal, whereas we learn to have church in our living rooms, as we learn to have church with our family, just the 4 or 5 or 6, 7, 8 of you, however many there are, it's different than gathering together in a church full of 200 or 300. So rather than waiting on things to get back to normal, what if we just decided that, you know what, we're going to stop thinking about how life used to be. The children of Israel had meat in Egypt. They had life, comfortable life in Egypt. Even though they were in bondage, they had all their needs as they thought they needed back in Egypt. And so as they were wandering through the wilderness, they began to think about how life was back in Egypt. And we had it so good. But God knew that they needed to be out of their captivity. And so maybe God just removed us out of our captivity of busy life, slowed things down so that we can have our patience tested, learn to have patience, learn to trust in Him. So again, I say, don't wait for your peace. Find that in time spent with God. I say, don't wait for love. Find that in time spent with God. Don't wait for hope, because through Jesus there is hope. And even though life may be different right now, and in your personal life, I challenge you to look at what you have right in front of you. the sustaining power of God, what He's given you, the manna from heaven. What do you have in front of you that we can be so thankful for, that so many times we take for granted? But just be thankful. Trust in Him. And they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. And so I had thought of an hourglass when I was thinking of this topic, and I thought of that hourglass and how sometimes we can just wait for that hourglass to finish. We can wait for that time to run out. But don't think about the time. It seems like it's been a month since all this took place, but just think about what God is doing in your life, because it's only been a few days. It's only been a week. Time has gone by very slowly in this last week, and that's a patience testing time. And so as you try to figure out how to relive your life, as you figure out how to make a change that works for you and your family, I just challenge you to trust in the Lord and make time for Him, and God will take control in your life, and He will make time mean more to you. He will give you more time. He will sustain you in this time, and He will give you everything you need. So let's just trust in Him during this time. Thank you. God bless.